Let's assemble it. See if we don't get a lot more threads. Dave with the Crafted channel, and I got to do a quickie job for a customer here. This is a back plate to a spinner, and this is how we mount a propeller on an electric model. So the propeller goes over the shaft. This one isn't drilled out yet. A washer goes over that, and then a nut. See if I could organize this without dropping it on the floor 100 times. And then the nut. And when you get this assembly together, there's only about 2 threads in the nut, and that's a problem. Now, I don't want to machine this part. It's complicated, and I don't have a slitting saw for making thin slits like that. I suppose I could build one of these, but what I decided to do instead was make a nut with a shoulder so we could have threads that continue on down into the hole. Now what I've got here is a piece of hex stock. This is 1/2-inch steel. This is a 7/16 nut here in 1/4 28 threads. And I happen to have a 1/4 28 tap for repairing glow engine heads. That's the same thread as a glow plug. So I got this piece of 1/2-inch hex stock, and I'm going to make a nut out of it with a shoulder of 3/8 of an inch in diameter that goes down into the prop. Oh, let's say maybe a 1/4 inch. It's not real critical. Somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 will be fine. Actually, it should be a little more than 1/8. So I'll make the shorter 375, and then that way he can drill his props out to 375 using this molded in feature that's already here, and be able to secure his props. His props won't be coming off of his airplane. Quick, simple job. Let's go to the lathe and get her cut. So here we go. Let's see how quickly I can mess this up. Let's face this off first. That's fine enough. I feel like I need a little more speed. Now we're talking. Quarter 28 thread requires a number 1, which is a 2/28 drill bit. Quarter, half, quarter. So we're about 3/4 of an inch in. Let's go a full inch. This way we can get a complete thread. putting a little light pressure on the back of the tool post. Tighten that up a little bit. Break a chip. I'm going to remove it completely. Actually, I'm not. I do want to put some more lube in there. That's so much better. Might be at the bottom of the hole. Yep, I'd say we're at the bottom. There we go. Now we're going to turn the shoulder to approximately 1/4 inch to 375. So we're at 422. This should get us to 400. Yes, we're at 400. I'm going to go in another 10, which should get us to about 380. And because he'll be drilling plastic props with a 375 bit, the holes will come out undersized in plastic. We're going to power feed the last cut. There we are at 380. So I need to move the carriage in about 2.5 thou more. See what we get. And A nice fine little shaving there. Okay, we're at 375. Let's see if I can take just a kiss. Get it slightly under. Looks like I might end up about 2 thou under, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the face. Wow, didn't mean to hit it that hard. We're coming out now, really slow. Alright, so let's see how deep that is. I'm going to say that's, before I measure it, I'm going to say it's 225. Let's see how close I am. Get my carriage out of the way. Oh, I'm about 200, so I missed it by 25 thou. So my eyeballs still aren't calibrated enough. That's okay, that's long enough for the intended purpose. We'll come in here with the cutoff tool, get our cutoff started. I'm going to square this up on the front of the chuck. That's a tall enough nut. Actually, back it off a little bit. A little bit too tall. Oh. Jeez. What's wrong here? How does this become loose? I had problems with this Boss Star cutoff tool holder, with the tool moving in the tool holder, tool coming loose. I hope to run across a Loris version of this at some point. Alright, let's give this a go. Need to raise this up. Raise it up some more. I'm going to put this in back gear. I always feel like I'm using the cutoff tool too high of a speed. I don't know if my cutter's cutting poorly or if I'm just being impatient. Had to lower the cutter quite a bit to get a good cut. Looks like I'm getting a good cut. Catch it with an Allen wrench. May have to finish threading it after I get it off. There we go. Left the burr on the stock too, that's good. I'm anticipating this won't thread all the way on. Gets a little tight at the end. Well, we can fix that. Now there's barely any cut to take here. Just a little lead. Now, a mistake I made, I should have cleaned this edge up with the file while I still had it on the stock. But we can still do it like this. I'm going to use a center drill to clean this burr up. There we go. Oh, off the tailstock, Dave. Okay. So here's our final part. And the threads that are engaging the shaft are in the sleeve, but he'll be able to put his tool on the hex. Let's put it together and see what it looks like assembled. So here's our parts. I drilled the prop by top secret method off camera. Drilled the washer for $375. Let's assemble it. See if we don't get a lot more threads. Check it out. So now he'll be able to fly his model airplane without his prop coming off. I'll deliver this to the customer today. Just a little fun job for him. I'll probably charge him about $4 for this nut, which will cover the cost of the stick of hex stock. See you on the next one.